Howdy ho everybody, Vertical here, and I'm going to do a reaction video, with this one being 5 superpowers you don't know you have. And this is from by Beyond Science. Link to this video will be in the description box down below. And I can only guess what 2 special powers might be. One would be super strength, which I think is also known as spontaneous strength. And the second one I can probably guess would be something like echolocation. I know that sounds weird, but I think echolocation might be one because I think I remember hearing something about how somebody have the ability to. Because I remember there was a reaction video I did about how there was a person who had actually taught himself how to use echolocation. So I won't be surprised if echolocation is on the list. So let's see what special powers are on the list, shall we? Here we go.
Hey everybody, it's Mike again. Now we all want superpowers. I actually think it would be really awesome if somehow we were all...
I like how Mike Chin has got Dragon Balls on the back of the as his background for this video. But then again, but I will admit that does make sense in a way because like with the whole Dragon Ball Z thing, since the Dragon Ball Z characters have special powers.
Evolving into mutants, not like deformed people, but like, you know, like the X-Men. And eventually our own unique superpowers would just come out. You know, if that does happen, I think there would be a lot less crime in the world because you don't know what powers other people possess. I mean, imagine if a mugger tries to mug a little old lady, but then the lady shoots lasers out of her eyes and goes all Cyclops on the mugger. So yeah, in a world like that, you would think...
Yeah, I would admit that does make sense. Because if it was possible for people to be born with special powers like that, like an X-Men, you would actually think twice about wanting to commit a robbery on someone because you don't know what sort of powers to have. Because like they could have the ability to shoot energy beams at the eyes like Cyclops, or the person might have heat vision like Superman and Supergirl or something like that.
People committing a crime. But here's a question. What if we already do possess superpowers and we just don't know it? Number 1, super strength. Super strength or his...
Called it. I said super strength was gonna be one of the 2 things I said I think might be on this list, and there it is. Then again, that's probably one of the most common superpowers I think a lot of people actually think of when it comes to special powers.
Historical strength is the display of crazy abnormal strength when people are in life and death situations. Although many of these cases were documented, super strength is not recognized by science, mainly due to the fact that, well, it's called super strength, and it's kind of hard to gather evidence on this stuff because they happen without warning, and the researchers can't just point the gun at someone and tell them to go lift the car. Like I said, there are many documented cases of super strength. For example, in 2006 in Tucson, Arizona, Tim Boyle watched as a Chevrolet Camaro hit 18-year-old Kyle Holtrust. The car pinned Holtrust still alive underneath. Boyle ran to the scene of the accident and lifted the Camaro off the teenager while the driver of the car pulled him to safety. And if you're thinking, okay, maybe Tim Boyle goes to the gym a lot and he lifts a lot of weight, so he could probably lift the car. Well, check this out. In 1982, in Lawrenceville, Georgia, Angela Cavallo lifted a 1964 Chevy Impala from her son Tony after it fell off the jags that had held it up while he was working underneath the car. Angela lifted the car high enough and long enough for 2 neighbors to replace the jacks and pull Tony from beneath the car. And just so you know, a 1964 Chevy Impala is at least 3,500 pounds. And finally, Marie Bootsy Payton was cutting her lawn in Highland, Texas, when her riding lawnmower got away from her. Payton's young granddaughter, Evie, tried to stop the mower, but was knocked underneath the still running machine. Payton ran to the lawnmower and easily tossed it off her granddaughter, limiting Evie's injuries to 4 severed toes, which could have been a lot worse. Peyton herself was curious as how she accomplished this, so she tried lifting the mower again after the incident, and she couldn't even move it.
Okay, so yeah. Well, I guess with super strength, if it's spontaneous, then yeah, I can imagine that being kind of difficult for scientists to try and believe that, because that does kind of seem a bit tricky, because that does sound rather tricky to try and do research on super strength.
Scientists believe the extra strength comes from adrenaline that is pumped into the body when the region of the brain called the hypothalamus is stimulated. But of course, they are not completely sure that this is the cause of this phenomenon. Number 2, echolocation. When a bat flies...
Called it. Called it. I literally called it. Called it. Fuck you to anybody who didn't think I was gonna guess. Fuck you. I'm bosses. Yeah, there was another countdown video I did. Not countdown video. There was another countdown video that I did a reaction to, where I mentioned, or where there was song with echolocation, and I mentioned that. So yeah, there you go.
Through the air, it rapidly emits a series of high-pitched...
I will admit, echolocation would be awesome to have.
The clicks are far higher in pitch than the human ear can hear, but the bats can hear them easily. By analyzing the way the sound bounces off objects in their surroundings and following cues in the body's direction and the speed at which these sounds return, bats can effectively see in the pitch black darkness. But did you know that humans, both sighted and vision impaired, are capable of something similar? And sometimes they even taught themselves this ability naturally. For example, Daniel Kish was blind from infancy due to retinal cancer. He learned as a young boy to judge his height while climbing trees by making rapid clicking noises and listening for their echoes off the ground. No one taught him the technique, he just started using it. He's gotten so good at it, one of his favorite things to do is go mountain biking. And did you know that you don't...
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am part of me has been debating on whether or not I should have a go learning echolocation, because that does sound like a really handy skill to have if you want to use it as.
You have to be visually impaired to be able to use echolocation. Even an hour or so of practice can provide immediate results. But of course, if you want to become an expert, it would take years of practice. But the good thing is, yes, you can actually train and become Daredevil. Number 3, body temperature control.
Oh, that'd be awesome to be like a real life version of Daredevil, because that wouldn't be a bad thing. Body heat control, that kind of sounds interesting.
The ability to control your own body temperature, and I'm not just talking about maybe going out on a chilly autumn day and not wearing a jacket. I'm talking about having...
I can already do that, dude.
body temperature so
Kind
much
of.
you can actually dry sheets, soak them in water in a frigid room.
I can't do that though.
In northern India, Tibetan monks entered into a state of deep meditation in a cold 40-degree Fahrenheit room, while 3 by 6 foot sheets soaked in cold water are wrapped around them. Soon, steam began rising from the sheets, and the sheets dried in about an hour. Herbert Benton, an associate professor of medicine at the Harvard Medical School, visited remote monasteries in the 1980s. Benson and his team studied monks living in the Himalayan mountains who could, through meditation, raise the temperature of their fingers and toes by as much as 17 degrees. The monks could also lower their metabolism by 64%. To put that in perspective, metabolism, or oxygen consumption, drops only 10 to 15% during sleep. They also documented monks spending the night outside. And keep in mind, this is in the Himalayas, 15,000 feet high in February, when temperatures reached 0 degrees Fahrenheit, wearing only woolen or cotton shawls. The monks fell asleep immediately, and then in the morning just woke up and walked back to the monastery like if you spent the night at the Ritz-Carlton. If I had this power, first of all, it'd be a lot easier doing my laundry because I would never have to use a dryer. You know what else I would do? I would just go walk around Antarctica for no reason. Just walk around in a Superman shirt. And anyone asks me what the heck I'm doing, I'll just tell them I got locked out from the Fortress of Solitude. Number 4, the...
Okay, that'd be kind of... Okay, I want to admit that would be kind of funny to do that. At least you'll be able to bewilder a lot of people. Because I can imagine a lot of people would be rather bewildered by the fact that you could actually walk around like that. You'd be like the real life version of the Iceman. Well, you'd be like Iceman, or that Iceman guy who can't feel cold, who can literally go jogging out in cold temperatures while in nothing but a pair of jogging shorts.
Ability to not feel pain. This power is
Oh
really
god, no, not
useful,
this one.
especially
No, I hate this one. I really hate this one. Because I don't. Because that's pretty much me. I can't. As a little. As a kid, I had this high pain threshold that made it so that I couldn't feel pain. I'm gonna have to tell you about that story at some point in a story time video. If I ever do one, it is.
you give yourself a paper cut, fall off your bike, getting tortured for information by the mob. I mean, wouldn't it be great just be able to not feel pain whenever you want? Well, that may be possible because, as they say,
Don't remind me, it's a pain in the ass.
of mind. First of all, the body already contains morphine-like substances called endorphins, which is released into the body during exercise, excitement, and when you hurt yourself. And it has the power to dull or completely eliminate pain by coating the receiving end of the synapses in the brain that would otherwise receive pain signals from the rest of the body. There are also many cases where people are able to control the amount of pain they feel on command. Professional hypnotherapist and psychotherapist Alex Lenkai hypnotized himself before his hand surgery so he could skip the anesthetic, says he was fully awake and pain-free during the 83-minute procedure. Linke says anesthetic has gotten him nauseous before, and he just feels avoiding it is healthier than using it, in part because it takes a while to get it out of your system. He told the early show co-anchor Maggie Rodriguez that doctors were using a chisel hammer to basically break a sort of walnut-sized ball in the hand to take it out. They also used a small medical saw to attach tendon to the thumb. He said he didn't feel anything at all, just a very deep relaxation. I also remember that my psychology professor in college used to do this as well. Every time he would go to the dentist, he would ask him how long the procedure was and just put himself under hypnosis for that amount of time. True story. So like I mentioned before, if my professor was ever being tortured by the mob, he could be like, hey guys, so how long you intend to torture me for? Oh, 48 hours? Okay. Thanks for the heads up. But he probably wouldn't feel that good after he comes out of hypnosis. And this technique is also really useful if you ever take your kids to a Justin Bieber concert. And finally, number 5.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. I know I only watched 4 out of 5, but I usually like to count the last 1 or 2, and whenever I reacted to a countdown video of 5 things. So if you want to watch this original video, the 5 special powers you don't know you have, that's on the Beyond Science channel that Mike Chen has. The link to this original video will be in the description box down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and whatever else. Yeah, and let me know if you want me to do a story time video to tell that story about my experience with high pain threshold, or about not being able to feel pain. Because I got a couple of stories that I don't mind sharing, but only if you don't want to hear them in a story time video. So until next time, goodbye.